Welcome. You're listening to the I'm Wired to Inspire podcast, creatively engineered by Nicole, the inspiration specialist. I'm Wired to Inspire is a powerfully packed podcast filled with inspiration and encouragement to get you through your day. It's designed to inspire you to live your authentic purpose. Now, stay tuned for your host, Nicole, the inspiration specialist, on today's episode of I'm Wired to Inspire.
Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today on my podcast. I hope you guys are looking forward to having a wonderful week. So many positive things going on, guys. I want you to just stay focused. I want you to be excited. I want you to expect that God is going to do everything He said He was going to do at some point. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not even be this year. But just keep holding your hope and at least start this week off with the idea that God still hears your prayers. And even the fact that you're here with me right now is just a confirmation that you are still trying to connect yourself to things that are going to keep you connected to Him. So with that being said, I want to tell you guys about a revelation that I had gotten earlier in 2018 and just recently in conversations with different people and just, everyone just seems to be, not everyone, but a lot of people that I know and even people in passing, just paying attention to things that are going on. A lot of people are having tons of epiphanies, and God is really giving a lot of revelation. Now, earlier this year, there were some prophetic words going forth corporately about how God would be revealing things to people. And in my personal opinion, I am literally seeing that as actual factuals. And I'm seeing that the word of God is remaining true. And the things that He said were going to happen are actually happening, especially when it comes to revelation. If you followed my podcast at all last year, I talked about this a lot in depth, but I really want to touch on it today because I think that it may help somebody who has gotten some information recently and maybe you don't really know what to do, or you just may not understand the process of it. So here's the thing. Earlier this year, when I think it was around February, when I had a really, really big jolt in some of the things that were going on in my life, some shifting, some changing, I had the epiphany of a lifetime, and that set off a firestorm of epiphanies. In fact, the latest one I just got, it was Thursday night, just a few nights ago. And I tell you, I kid you not, it is so amazing when you can literally feel the process of the scales falling from your eyes and God really showing you things and illuminating the things that it's almost like something is up with you, but you can't put your finger on it. That is what I was experiencing. And so I noticed that as God would give me an epiphany, He would give me some type of understanding. He would set me free from something. He would deliver me from something. I did not realize that there was a two-part process to that, because in my angst and my excitement for coming into the revelation and the newness of where I was headed in my life, I didn't realize that oftentimes things would pop up. And because I had the old frame of mind for so many years, I never thought to pray and ask God, hey, listen, now that I have the mindset that you want me to have, I had this other mindset for 5 years, 10 years. It wasn't the thing you wanted for me. Now I know what you want. Well, now when things come up, I need to know how to respond now. You see, so some of you kind of feel like, I don't know what's going on because I know this is not what it is anymore, but this still keeps happening. And I already had the epiphany that it's not like that anymore. Why do I still feel that way? Well, I'm here to tell you, this helped me out. And I'll say probably on epiphany 6 or 7, just in 2018 alone. And y'all, I'm not talking about little bitty stuff. I'm talking about like major life transforming things that I have encountered recently that has really repositioned me to get the desires of my heart. And really just a lot of what I'm experiencing is stuff that's just been sitting there in front of me the whole time. I just didn't recognize it as something that God was giving me. I had my own idea. I'm not a big shiny things girl. That's not really me. I'm more of a substance type of woman. But I had to kind of look at it from another perspective. I just think because I was just so hell bent on having certain things a certain way that I really was missing that some of the stuff that God was saying, like, hey, Robin, I got something better, or you're not even looking at this, you're looking over here, or you're not even considering that. It made me snap out of it. And so what happens is you snap out of it and then you say, okay, God, I got it. You want me to do this and you want me to do that. Okay, I didn't see that before. I see it now. But then when it walks up to you and approaches you, if it's that business, if it's that job, if it's that relationship, situation, whatever, you can still have the reaction to it that you had with the old mindset. For instance, I've told you this multiple times. I think it's a valid example. Again, it's like if you've been living at the same house for 20 years, you buy a new house. You get off from work one day, you stuck in traffic, you headed to your house and you pull up at your old house, right? Think about it. That's what's happening when you get these epiphanies. You got the epiphany to get the new house, so you bought it. But habit, getting home, same old humdrum the last 20 years, you leave your job, you go to the same house. You literally leave your job and go all the way to your old house and pull up to the driveway and say, oh my God, I don't live here anymore. I don't live here anymore. That is what's happening. So today is called Once You Get It. Because once you get the epiphany and once you get the understanding, you have to ask God to give you the mindset, the wisdom, the discernment, the understanding, even the wherewithal to be able to address things that come. Because let me tell you, the first thing that happens when you get an epiphany, you're going to be tested on it. Because the enemy knows that when the scales fall off your eyes, he can no longer hold you hostage to that thing anymore. So he's going to find things that are going to be, they're going to be things to either tick you off or things to make you go back and revert to your old behavior, because he knows that's what you're used to. So for those of you who feel like, Robin, I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. God has shown me the new way. I'm excited. I'm happy, but I feel like I still can't get in the situation that I want. I feel like it's still unattainable. It's not that it's still unattainable. What's happening is just subconsciously, even, it may not be very overt. It may not be very obvious, but you could easily be seeing something and it's coming to you. And if you're okay, so let's say, for instance, if your thing was to push it away, cut it off, knock it out the box, forget it, act like it don't exist. If that was your old way of thinking for something. Well, let's say that same type of situation will come up now. And now we know we don't push it away. We welcome it. We say, okay, come on, let's sit and talk. Or come on, let's examine the words on this contract. You don't cut it off. Well, that's what you're praying for. So that when those times come, it's the same stuff, y'all. It always comes. And I tell y'all this all the time. I learned this at my old church in Atlanta. God never fails us at a test. He always gives us a retake. So all he's doing is giving you that retake. And if you keep failing it, hopefully after today, you'll pass it, because now you have to go another step. Once you get that information and once God sets you free, you walk in the joy and happiness because you have that revelation. Right after that, right after you enjoy the moment and the bliss of feeling set free, you then go and protect your bliss. You have to protect your bliss after that. And you have to say, okay, God, I need you to help me, because these same situations that have been coming up for years, I just automatically revert to no. But now I know you're telling me when this comes up again, I need to look at it from a different perspective and say maybe yes. Or, okay, let me take baby steps, but I cannot just handle this the way that I've been handling it before. I can't do that. So with that being said, I want you guys to really just take a moment and think about the things that God has been revealing to you as of late that have been game changers for you. Make sure you go back and you call those things back out to the Lord and you let him know. You say, hey, listen, this is what I need you to do for me. I need you to help me to maintain. And as these things come up and test me and try to make me go back to my old way of thinking, which kept me out of your promise, it kept me from feeling the things I wanted to feel. It kept me from attaining the things that I wanted to attain. I need you to give me wisdom now, Lord. I need you to give me discernment. I need you to help me to grasp the things that I have been missing, the things that, in some cases I've been holding so tightly. These things have slipped through my fingers. Now, Lord, let me just hold it. Let me just hold it correctly. I don't have to squeeze it so tight. Let me just hold it properly and allow it to do what it's going to do. So I hope that encourages you. For some of you, you've been beating yourself up like, I've been doing this wrong. I'm not about this. I'm not about that. Listen, God is trying to take you to the next level. But in order for you to get to the next level, you have to protect your bliss. Okay, so once you get it, you ask the Lord, Lord, I've gotten my bliss now. I'm so excited. I have that epiphany. I know that no longer has to be the narrative for my life. What exactly do I need to do now? So when these things come up again that try to make me feel like I have to be that old way or I have to react the old way, show me by revelation, divine revelation through your Holy Spirit. Show me what I need to do so that I can maintain and I can actually stay on the side of you, the things that you want me to do with you, the things that you want me to do with this new knowledge, with this new wisdom. Give me what I need so that I can truly operate on the highest level concerning the best for my life. I'm wired to inspire. I hope you are too.
Thanks for listening to I'm Wired to Inspire podcast at I'mWiredToInspire.com. If you enjoyed the show, spread the word and be sure to hit the 5-star rating on iTunes. For more information on this podcast and inspirational products and services, log on to I'mWiredToInspire.com. And remember to live your authentic purpose. Thanks again and see you next time.